Let's try this. Let's see if they can hear me now. Test 1, 2. Anything yet?
Nope. Nothing. Nope.
Nothing. It says here, it says Two Family Homestead can hear me just fine.
Yep, now they can hear you.
They can hear me now? Now we can hear. Boom, sound. Kinfolk Farm of Georgia. Can you hear me now?
Yep, they all gotcha. St. Bernard Acres.
Might loud?
Broussard.
Is it too loud? It may be too loud.
Kent Johnson Garden. I don't think I've seen that one before. Subscribe to him.
Okay, hopefully that'll be better. I'm curious, were you able to hear the music earlier? When the stream first started, could you hear the music?
Asking if there's any static in the background because somebody's complaining about that.
Rather static background, but we hear you.
Homestead dreaming. Not gonna lie, I forgot I had this playing in my pocket and it scared the bejesus out of me when I heard Gerald's voice. Oh, Carol, that's good.
All right. No, we got to find out what's going on here. They're saying it's staticky. Is that what they're saying?
Joe, I know this channel that might be able to help you. They have Tuesday Night Tech.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check them out. Test 1, 2. Test. Test. Okay.
Yep, you still have white noise in the background. Joe said it's just loud. Nope, no AC on. Almost like the gain is turned up too much. I don't know what Sean means by that.
Yeah, well, I know what he means, and
Sounds like a vacuum, but we can hear you.
yeah, so we're
Sounds like a machine running. You don't think they can hear the heater over there, could they?
no, there's something else here.
I can hear the computers and fan for I'm sitting here and I can't.
Okay, let's see if this is any better. Looks like it might be. So let's see if we can go with that. So anyway, is everybody, how many out here is being directly affected by this COVID-19 that is now sweeping the nation, that has caused Deep South Homestead to cancel And I'm saying that right. They have canceled the gathering next weekend.
Better. Yep. Perfect now.
Okay. Mimsy, I was very cautious to touch on the microphone here, and it is cool enough I can touch it, so it's not too hot right now. Okay. Yeah, because people were saying they couldn't hear me, I kept cranking on the gain, and I kept looking at the meters here, and I was showing that it's going out, and you guys are saying I can't hear me. You can't hear me. Loma Acres. So, working in the hospital, do you have any insight here? Sharon and I went out to...
in California just closed. Wow. Nursing home, they just put her father-in-law in just lockdown.
Well, right before this started, I just went out and looked at some of the latest stuff on the virus, and supposedly now they have strains of this virus that are in animals that have not yet been transferred to humans, including camels. So those of you that have camels, be cautious. Do not play with your camels. Holly Ridge Homestead, I agree with what you're saying. We are not letting it affect our lives.
Nope.
The problem is, in a way, it is. I mean, we just found out. All the schools are going to be closed for 3 weeks starting Monday. Mm-hmm. All Ohio schools are going to be closed for 3 weeks starting Monday. Now, this has gone so far off the deep end here.
Yeah, just when I was about to get a camel.
Yeah. So do not go play with your camels.
Yeah, Lindsay, gotta go do something about that camel.
So Kent Johnson Garden, they must be here in Ohio. Personally, I think a lot of this is just plain political. But that's...
Well, enough about that. It's 5:13.
Enough about that, huh? All right, well, what I have here on the screen, these are some of the things we look at when we look at your channel: the channel name, the channel art, which includes the banner and your icon, the channel description, email and links, playlists, do's and don'ts, thumbnails, the presentation of your channel. How's it look to other people? If you have a channel trailer, or if you have featured videos. We do not get into optimization here as far as keywords in your descriptions. That can just go down a lot of deeper rabbit holes. Let me also preface this with that everything and anything we talk about here today, it doesn't necessarily have to do with anything. You don't have to have any of this stuff done. You don't have to have a channel banner. You don't have to have your channel looking nice to get that magic 1 million subscribers. However, you don't have to do much either as far as like winning the lottery. You just have to go buy a ticket. So this is kind of like buying a ticket, getting your channel prepped up. making it more presentable for other people to look at, to make it worthwhile for them to make it pleasing to the eye. Makes people shows people that you care about your presentation on your channel. So to do this, we have a wheel, and put your
read Brenda's message.
I see that. I'm not sure who that is.
That's her daughter.
Okay. Well, Brenda, you go do what you got to do. Brenda, one of our moderators, Duncan 1900 Homestead. I'm sure a lot of you know her. Her daughter apparently just was sent to the hospital. Has some seizures or something. So everybody, please keep her in your thoughts, and hopefully all will be well here. Todd, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay.
Spin it, Vanna.
Spin it, Vanna. All right. So what we do here is we have you put your name on a wheel. You can get a link to that wheel by typing !wheel in the chat, and a Stream Elements bot will give you that link. If you also just look down in the description, there is a link there that you can click on and go put your channel name in the list, and that way it all magically behind the scenes goes through the interwebs here and magically appears on this wheel, which spins around and around. The wheel is emptied every week, so if you did it last week, your name is not on the wheel until you do it this week. So we got a few new names out here, it looks like. Mm-hmm. There's some people I'm not recognizing. Thank you all for stopping by. We certainly appreciate you. When we look at your channel, I look at it with a browser that is not signed in to YouTube. The reason we do that is there's a couple reasons we do that. Number one is if you happen to meet somebody at a store, an event, or something like that, and you say, hey, I got a YouTube channel, come check me out at ABC Crawdads. Well, they're going to go home and they're going to go into YouTube and they're going to probably just go youtube.com. And if they're not familiar with YouTube, which a lot of people are not, believe this or not, it's kind of like you may not be familiar with coronavirus, but they're making you familiar. Anyway, they're going to go into YouTube and they're going to search for your channel. So what we do is we type your channel name in and find out how easy is it for you for somebody to find your channel. So we're going to get the wheel up over here, and we have our staff doctor all geared up properly here. That's going to watch and make sure that we spin the wheel correctly. So here we go. And the first is Big Dreams Homestead. Oh, I see the doctor's kind of covering him up, but that's okay. Big Dreams Homestead. Let's go find your channel. $822 subscribers, 89 videos. And look at that banner. Nice job. Very easy to read.
Yep, she's there. Anne Marie. Woohoo!
Very nice. Okay, I'm just going to jump right back to the About page. I will state right here that I have noticed there is no trailer. There's no intro video here. So Big Dreams, we need a big intro from you. All right.
She's been busy building her tiny house.
Okay.
That's a good excuse.
Hello, my name is Anne Marie. Welcome to the Big Dreams Homestead. My sister and I live on 15 acres in western Washington. I'm converting a 392 square foot shed into my forever home, while Sis builds her 3,800 square foot dream home on the same land. That just seems. Why's your sister getting a house?
She wants the big house, and Anne Marie wants the tiny house.
But 10 times.
Well, that's.
Is that an equitable share on the same property? Just curious. All right. We raise chickens and ducks now, along with vegetable and herb gardening. We hope to add goats, bunnies, and peafowl in the future. It's very nice to see she's not included camels in that. My goal for this channel is to inspire and encourage others to dream, but to also take action on those dreams. We love to get cards and letters in the mail. Anne Marie, Big Dreams Homestead, with a post office box here in Washington. Email address is located under the tab exactly where it should be, and she has links to Facebook, Instagram, PayPal, as well as Discord. So nicely done there. Playlists, got a couple. And I'm just going to open a couple here. We just want to see if you remembered. Here's a playlist that does not have any description on it. So let's go check another one, just in case you forgot that one. This one has a description. The descriptions here are very important for a couple reasons. Number one, you can convey more information to somebody coming and viewing your channel. And frequently, your playlists are displayed on your front page, your welcome page as they come in. If they have a nice description, it's something else that can entice somebody to stay longer, to gather more interest, and have them go view more videos. All right, let's go look at some of your thumbnails. And Anne Marie went to the blue thumbnail school, but I like it. Okay, this is a style that we don't.
Her sister started that house 20 years ago.
Wow. Okay, this is a style of thumbnail that not a lot of people use. I like it. It's instantly recognizable. There's some here that I like better than others. And let's just real quickly talk about some generalizations. The blue border, the blue background on your thumbnails, that instantly makes these thumbnails stand out as yours. If your one video was on a page of 40 videos, you could just pick it out just by glancing. Now, having said that, it looks like one of your older streams here from a month ago does not have that type of thumbnail, but all the rest of these look like they do, and they all have text.
About lettering on thumbnails.
Okay, and I was just going to that, the text on your thumbnails. Whenever you have text on a thumbnail, let's first talk about presentation. You have to make sure that the lettering is large enough to read and has enough contrast between the lettering and the background color that it doesn't just melt into the background of the thumbnail. In this case, there is a thumbnail right here that lettering kind of really just fades into the background. It doesn't stick out very well. And of course, different ways to do that is you can use outline letters. You can put a background underneath the lettering, but you want to make sure you can use it. Let's talk about lettering on a thumbnail. It's my own personal thought. If the lettering on a thumbnail does not add to the value of the video in some way, if it doesn't add, there's no point in having it. And at that point, it's just baggage. It's just extra. It's absolutely pointless to have your thumbnail be the title of your video, to have the lettering of your video, to have the lettering on the thumbnail be the title of your video. That's crazy.
She's using Canva and can't figure out how to outline the letters.
I can't tell you. Canva is an online application. I know they have free versions and paid versions. So again, I can't tell you what you're looking at there as far as when we do the classes on Tuesday and we talk about thumbnails. I show how you can do it, how you can make thumbnails yourself on your computer at home. And we always refer back to computer. We're not talking about phones. We're not talking about tablets or notepads. We're talking about working on a PC, either a laptop or a desktop. And we talk with low cost, no cost, or reasonably priced software. So Canva being an online application, I can't say. I do like your thumbnails. Now, keep in mind, with a thumbnail, lower right-hand corner belongs to YouTube. That is where they put the time, and it will cover up anything you intend to put there. A lot of people will have lettering down in that lower right-hand corner that is just hidden by the timestamp from YouTube. So, never want to put anything in the lower right-hand corner. Facial expressions are great. The bigger, the more full of the picture you can do, the better it is, as a rule of thumb. What I don't care for, and this is my own personal thing. I'm going to look at your last three here. Now, I know this one is a live stream. This is also a live stream. And I don't know if this was a live stream or not. It was only 6 minutes, 13 seconds, so maybe not. But what I'm looking at here, although the lettering is different, it's exactly the same thumbnail. So you've taken the same thumbnail and you tacked on the side here, guess who won? And then it's my birthday, come celebrate with me. And by the way, happy birthday, because that was just 2 days ago, so happy birthday. Sherry, you can sing her happy birthday. I'll keep going here.
I told her happy birthday Monday night.
Well, you can sing it to her.
Then you won't get monetized.
You think?
Yeah. It's a copyright song.
Okay. So let's just real quickly look at this last one here. Number one, they all have the same picture. There's very little separating these thumbnails from one another. Your last one here, you have written on a thumbnail, live, chat, and shout out game. Well, that's almost the same thing you have as for the title here. Live updates and play the shout-out game. So, and this is just food for thought for you to think about. What if you just had the word live even bigger on your thumbnail? Or you just had game or some single word if you feel that it requires text on the thumbnail. Maybe minimize it. Don't make it the same as the title. The thumbnail picture is going to draw somebody's eyes to initiate the interest. If it's interesting enough, they will look at the title and make a determination: do I want to use my time to go and look at this video? So that's my thoughts. Go back to the home page here, and you have rearranged your page. It looks good. You have put a playlist up here at the top. And this is where I was mentioning earlier. This is that description on the playlist. And then, of course, some of the videos aren't down here. This playlist also has a description, but I found one back there that didn't.
Happy birthday is public domain. Looked it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can sing happy birthday. So anyway, I think it looks great. I think it looks wonderful. Think you're doing a great job. So Big Dreams Homestead, check them out. If you see anything there that interests you, I'm sure she probably has a special this week that if you subscribe to her this week and then decide you don't like her down the road, she's not going to give you your money back. So that's her special this week. So look her over, see if it's somebody that spikes your interest, and check her out. All right, Big Dreams Homestead. Let's go get another name. Mulberry Branch Farm. Mulberry Branch Farm. $117 subscribers. So this is a newer channel, 24 videos. All right. A little different banner there. It's very muted, but that's cool. Everything is centered. It's going to show up on all devices. Let's go find out a little bit more about Mulberry Branch Farm. The description reads as follows. Hello, dear viewer, and welcome to Mulberry Branch Farm. Our journey started 10 years ago as a young family on a 13-acre retired cornfield with a property line full of mulberry trees in east central Indiana. We started our YouTube story sharing on 1/20/2020, and we love our little slice of heaven that we've built from the dirt up. We've hit the ground running, building our homestead, and we haven't slowed down since. Come with us on our journey. We have a vision for our life here on the farm and a goal to live a fulfilling and happy life. We love our goats, chickens, turkeys, and llamas. We are blessed beyond measure to live off the land and teach our daughter the importance of hard work and self-sufficiency. If you share similar vision, If you share a similar vision, comment Mulberry on any of our videos. We post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to subscribe and dig the notification bell. You don't want to miss our adventures. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook for real-time updates. So, interesting write-up.
No camels, Anne-Marie.
And I see that you're aggressively going after this with a planned 3 uploads a week.
You're Buckeyes. So wrong.
They're Hoosiers. No. Yeah, they're neighbors. At least what it says that they're in Indiana. The only thing that I see missing here, it makes me want to ask for more, is what are your videos going to be about? Just says we post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but are these videos on gardening? Are these videos on animals? Are these videos on walking down the street? So you're implying here you don't want to miss our adventures, maybe.
No, they're on the state line.
Okay. But you do have Facebook page, Instagram page, and it sounds like you pop pictures into the Instagram probably on a real regular basis and update your Facebook and what have you. So, no, nice write-up. Nice write-up. Jump back, see if you have any playlists. And you do. So let's see if you have. Now there is a description. Nicely done. Nicely done. Look at that. Beautiful. And I can already see here, I'm going to like your thumbnails. Let's jump into the thumbnails. All right. Totally different style from what we previously had here. Well, actually not totally different. There's something else going on here. So let's just talk about this for a minute. There is some outlining going on here. I see red outline. I see green outline. I see blue outline. I see some yellow. Scroll on back a little bit more here. I'm going to guess and I could be wrong here, but are you outlining these videos based upon content? Certain types of different content, like gardening videos, are all red outline. When I say outline, I'm talking the actual thumbnail itself. It looks like there's a small border around this. Like this one appears to be a green outline. This one is blue. This one is red. This one appears to have it's either black or maybe a dark purple, perhaps. Or are they just random? Don't know. Okay, here is one of the instances where you forgot about YouTube taking up that lower right-hand corner. Your text that you have on this thumbnail is forever hidden behind this 14 minutes, 18 seconds for this particular video. On this one, your extravaganza is hidden behind the 3 minute, 17 second time mark. Your hope is partially hidden behind 10 minutes, 31 seconds. So I'm hoping you can see.
No, it's just a rainbow junkie. That's a great idea to categorize it.
Oh, okay. Well, and I've seen them done that way. So, so now let's talk a little bit about your verbiage on the thumbnails. Do you feel that the verbiage is adding something to the thumbnails, or do the thumbnails stand alone without the verbiage? It's something you need to consider. If it does not add, why do you spend the time? Now, what you have done, they're easy to read. There's only a couple of the older ones are a little tougher, where it doesn't stand out quite as well. This one kind of fades in. This first midwife, then chicken doctor. And of course, that's hidden behind the timestamp here as well. But that one kind of fades into the background. This one is a little bit tough to read because you've used a script. A scripted text font is always a little bit tougher to read. So just different things to keep in mind. But otherwise, no, nice job. Good facial expressions. Let's go back to your homepage, see if you've made any changes here. You also do not have a trailer video. Trailer video, let's very quickly talk about it. A trailer video is a short video, and I'm going to emphasize the word short, about you, about your channel. It is your teaser. It's a short clip to show people what your channel is, what your channel's about. It should be from 30 seconds to 3 minutes in length. It should not be a long video. So 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Think of a new movie coming out in the movie theaters. You know, they always give you these little short trailers, show some little exciting part, and try to leave you hanging so they'll get you to buy the ticket to come see the movie. Same thing for this. And when you put that in here, this is where it's gonna land. Anybody that's not a member of your channel, it will prominently just automatically start when somebody comes to your homepage, and it'll play right here. So the upload is in the default location, and you have added a container that YouTube has supplied you with that says popular uploads. It is of my opinion, and many others, that if you want to modify your homepage to make it yours, this is the best place in the world to put these playlists. Not as a group. I'm not saying to go in there and say, create a playlist. Don't use that container. Do them individually. You have Welcome to Mulberry Branch Farm. Enjoy. You have chickens. You have kidding videos. You have Kidding Prep 101. Green Thumbs Unite. So you can have all those individually here on this front page. And you can mold your content so people can stop on by and viewing your videos. Good job. Thank you for being here today. I hope that maybe we helped you in some way. Any questions about anything we talked about, or what you want to do differently or whatever on your videos, email us twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com, and we can address that in a Tuesday night class. All right. So let's go spin the wheel again. Get somebody else up here. Thank you for being here, Mulberry Branch Farm. Let's talk about prepping. Let's talk about prepping. 847 subscribers, 432 videos. Okay. Let's see what we have here. I see that they have a trailer video. It's 1 minute 57 seconds long, so that's a good length. It jumps right out here in the beginning, and because of the way he did the description on this particular video, it's automatically showing some additional hotspots over here, some clickable areas. So that's a nice thing to see, to do. So it got the default uploads container here and featured video playlists down here at the bottom. All right, let's go find out a little bit more about prepping. I gotta prepare to talk about this. So I have to get my stuff in order here. According to this, the channel was born here in 2018. That doesn't mean that's when you started doing videos, but that's where you first came up with the original name. May not have been this one. Description reads as follows: this channel is devoted to lifestyle improvement towards health, sustainability, and fortitude. Here we will discuss how to position and prepare ourselves for the future, whatever may come. Please join myself and associated channels as found in my playlist section and help us share our vision not only for emergency preparedness, but also the future of practical, logical, sustainable, and ultimately rewarding style of living. Email address is put in the proper location. You have links to Instagram, your Teespring store, as well as Facebook. And of course, those are also reflected on your banner. So all right, let's just talk about this a little bit. As a prepping channel, I like what everything you've said here. I think you can make this a little bit more catchy. You can expand this. Now, when I say expand it, I'm not saying to make this longer as a paragraph, but to add additional paragraphs. Whenever you're doing a playlist, try to have 2, 3, 4 paragraphs, not to exceed 3 lines each. It just makes it an easier read. So 3 lines, a space. Up to 3 more lines and a space. Things that I don't see here, and you may have reason for doing this, and that's something we can sit down at the table and hash out. But I don't see anything about your location. I don't see anything here about. You've got a very, very wide paintbrush here. Help us share our vision not only for emergency preparedness, but for the future of practical, logical, sustainable, and ultimately rewarding style of living. But are you going to talk about off-grid stuff? Are you going to talk about Second Amendment stuff? Are you, where are you going with this? There's a lot more you could put in here to garnish more interest. Let's just take a quick peek here at your playlist, because you said something about playlists, and I want to see what you have here. Okay, so you have health, production, fabrication, sleep at night, shopping smart. Let's just, at random, we're going to open a couple, and there is no description here. There is no description. Let's grab this fabrication. And you do have a very lightweight description here. Videos about production, manufacturing, and salvage skills. All right. And this is something else that I thought that I would find and I want to talk about here. Typically, the only time in a playlist on your channel would you find somebody else's channel is if you have a collaboration going. In other words, if you and another channel work together on a common cause to produce videos into the same mindset or end means. Of course, something that comes to mind is cooking. If you get 20 channels to all do chocolate cake or something, so the chocolate cake collaboration. Well, at that point, for you and every other channel in there, if you all create playlists, that's where you put everybody else's channel in here. The problem with putting other channels in your playlists is this dad on YouTube, EWE. If somebody clicks on this one, and of course I'm not signed in, so this is obviously, that's interesting. It must have decided I was old enough. No, it went to the next one is what it did. Okay. Yeah, it's just the problem is it takes you to other channels. And people, if the video is interesting, they're going to watch another channel and perhaps click on that other a link in that other channel. Before you know it, they are away from your channel. And if they're not a subscriber of yours, they just visit for the first time, they may lose sight of your channel. You may have lost a subscriber, or worse, you may have lost a potential client or anything else that could develop from your YouTube channel here. So typically, one would not have other people's channels within their playlists. Let's just do one other one here. See, this is another one. This has all these other channels in here. Now, I'm certainly not saying that these are not very good channels and worthwhile to watch videos. And I do see that you do have here, these are video responses to a challenge. Okay, so that's cool. That explains this. But I don't know that I would want to have to go into the playlist to find that out. So you might want to put that as part of the title, that this was a challenge thing. It doesn't surprise somebody with the aspect, like, where am I going with this? Let's look at some of your videos here. You've got a lot of videos. You got a lot of videos. So looking at these, I've got the last 18 videos up here on the screen. Is there anything here that catches your eye to go look at closer? Is there something real interesting? That's the first thing about a thumbnail. Is there something very interesting? one of the things that could be interesting is a good close-up, high-quality picture. So in other words, let me get my magnifying glass up. This could be zoomed in a lot more. The verbiage that you have on here, until I put the magnifying glass on it, I didn't even realize it. I thought that was just something else here in the background, but I see that you do have verbiage here. So we can talk about that. If you put text on your thumbnail, it's got to have enough contrast between the text color and the background that it stands out. These are very tough to read. This blue on the background, it blends in too much. You also have exactly the same thumbnail here as you do here. Now I realize that those are live streams. And I'm not saying that's bad, but here's where it is bad. It's if somebody picked up a tidbit of information off one of those live streams and they wanted to go back and look at it. They wanted to go back and get some information back. In the first place, it's very tough because live streams are usually an hour plus in length. So they're attacking the challenge of getting that bit of information out of an hour-long scroll through video, which you don't care because it's all time for you. But how can they tell if there's something more in the video here, video thumbnail, to designate which ones they're doing here, something to make each individual video stand out? That's all I'm saying. Now this is kind of interesting. You got some interesting things here, but I think you can step up here just a little bit as far as getting some of your text up here to jump out a little better. A little bit cleaner pictures. I don't know what you're using to do your thumbnails, but typically, if you were, with whatever program you're using, if you were able to outline that text with a white or a light gray, a silverish color, that would make it jump out a little more. Make it a bold text. With this one, if you were to zoom in more on the coin, make it much bigger in the thumbnail. This is another one that you can that you could zoom in on. A lot of these, I think, if you just get a little closer on what you're trying to show here. Okay. So we'll kind of go with that now.
White Family Farm says blue on black is hard to read, but when you're making it pop out. True, when you're doing it, you out.
Okay, well, but let's.
I think they do an outline that makes it pop.
Well, it does, and I have the perfect example. If you just look down at the bottom of this page you're looking at right now, because we have a blue on black text here. And the only reason that pops is because it's outlined in white. That's the reason it pops. If that white wasn't around it, it would be very, very difficult to read. Okay. Let's very quickly jump back at your homepage, see what you modified there. Intros there, and not a whole lot. You've dumped all of your playlists into this container. I personally think you'd be a lot further off to individualize them. And you can also change the orientation of the display. You can make some of them vertical and some horizontal. Just stretch them out a little bit more. Your banner is well done. You have the outline around that. It's easy to read. You could certainly add a little bit more about that. I think I'd be inclined to put in some sort of a thing about location. I'm not saying to give your street address. I'm just saying to give an area, the type of climate you're in or something. Because the people that, just for example, prepping is it's a lot different in Florida versus Wisconsin. It's just, sure, some things are the same, but it's just it's an entirely different mindset based upon geographical location, and you've not included your geographical location here. And I don't see enough I don't see enough here to know. I'm going to guess you're maybe just outside of town, suburban area.
Mama of the Wild Ones, and you can mention this Tuesday night. Do you think having your name on your channel banner is important? Ed, give your spiel.
Okay. Yes. That channel banner shows up on every page in your channel. Shows up on your video page, shows up on your playlist page, it shows up here in channels, it shows up in discussion, it shows up in the about. It's always on top. So yes, this is, if you have nothing up here but a picture, I'm sure as you've driven down the highway, you've seen these billboards that are saying, geez, if you would have advertised here, 40,000 people would have just seen your advertisement as they drove by. So absolutely, this is your space to advertise and take advantage of it. So yes, put your name on it. Whatever other pertinent information you feel is necessary. So that could include things like number of times you're going to upload videos, different things about your channel, what people could expect to find there. It doesn't have to be super detailed. Make it fit you. And of course you can change that. You can change that at any time. We haven't talked about that as far as videos and stuff yet. We'll maybe do that on the next one. But there are certain things you can do repeatedly and often to change the appearance on your channel and not be dinged for it. So spinning the wheel again, we are coming up to Life and More Reloaded. Life and More Reloaded. Let's go find your channel here. I mistyped. Life and More Reloaded. 405 subscribers, 98 videos. Okay. So here we go. Here's this billboard that's just screaming for advertising right on this page. It's funny, we were just talking about that, and here we have one. It's a great picture. It's like a sunset picture, or probably sunset. Looks like perhaps over water, but it's an empty billboard, and that billboard company wants to rent it to you. So Life and More Reloaded does have a nice little trailer video here. It's 2 minutes 6 seconds long. Introductions, unscripted, unfiltered. I can already tell, I think that this is going to be a very interesting channel. So let's go to the About page and see what the description reads. Welcome to our channel. We are a blended family of 5, 4 generations strong, growing together under one roof and trying to make it through this thing called life with a little bit of sanity. Some cleaning, cooking, crafting, and much more. Dealing with difficult topics, inspiring others, and learning from our YouTube community. We hope you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Okay. Let's talk about what you wrote here. I like your description. We're a blended family of 5 or 4 generations strong, growing together under one roof. But are you? Let's talk a little bit about doing that. Are you? Do you have acreage? Are you in the country? Are you in the city? Are you in an area where it's 150 degrees in the summertime? And or do you have to worry about snow until June? There's no area of the country. There's nothing talking about here if you're doing what you're saying, cleaning, cooking, crafting, and much more. So some ways to enhance that, in my opinion. Some cleaning. You could say something like, you'll find tips, money-saving tips on cleaning products or methods to save time in cleaning, cooking, different recipes, crafting. What kind of crafting? Is it woodworking? Is it sewing? Is it paper crafting? Is it puzzles? I don't know what kind of crafting, and much more. So I guess what I'm saying is you can split this out here a little bit. Try to make 2 or 3 or 4 paragraphs, no more than 3 lines each, and go into enough detail to inspire somebody to go further, to look deeper. Links to Facebook and Instagram, and they're reflected on your naked banner on the top up here. See if you have any playlists, and you got some. And I can already tell you have got some very interesting thumbnails. But let's first see. Do you have? No, there is no description on this playlist. No description. So the description on a playlist is every bit as important as a description on your videos. No description. So that's something you can do. You can go through and you can add descriptions on your playlist. Let's take a peek at your videos. Pull these up here. Okay. So we've come across some real unique thumbnails so far here today, and these are primarily text thumbnails. There's a couple pictures, but it's primarily verbiage. And that's fine. That's fine, provided that it adds to the thumbnail. Often pictures will add quicker than text, but it's going to depend on how it's worded. So let's talk about some problems with some of your wording and some of the text. If you're going to do this, it needs to jump out and be easy to read. Your last one, that's very easy to read. We are sorry, folks. But the problem is, the title to this, and I see it's only 20 seconds, so I don't know what it is, but taking the thumbnail at face value, it's the same thing as your title. So it's redundant. It makes no sense to have it. Let's look at this next one. 400 sub shout out, small channel. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know because it ran off your thumbnail. 400 sub is chopped in half. And the time is covering stuff up. So that one's no good. This one, 12 minutes of doggy spam. Well, you can read that, but then you can't read this green that's trying to show out here. And gosh, it's the same thing as your title. 12 minutes of doggy spam. If I just read it on the thumbnail, what do I want to read it here for? Happy birthday, Elizabeth. Trouble is, Elizabeth is hidden behind the time thing here. It's cut off halfway through the bottom. So these are all things you need to be aware of when you're making your thumbnails. Now here's another one where a lot of things are cut off here. Your thumbnail size should be 1280 by 720 pixels. That's the correct size thumbnail to upload. And within virtually any editing program, you can make things that size. But again, we have the same problem here where it's cut off. I guess I have a real problem with this, with having exactly the same verbiage on the thumbnail as what your title is. It's just very redundant. This one, the lettering is blending into the background.
Papa Kettle, I can tell you what, that Bedroom Magic thumbnail has my attention. Crystal.
Okay, Bedroom Magic. How does she do this?
I don't think we want to know.
All right. Here, this would be considered clickbait, and it's got the most views of any video on this page.
Well, yeah.
All right.
We all need to do that. There you go. Yeah, watch it. Everyone's next video will be Bedroom Magic.
All right. As a suggestion here, to enhance this a little further, if you do Bedroom Magic as part of the thumbnail, and then this, how does she do this as the title? See, that way their eyes are drawn to the Bedroom Magic.
You think? And
then the title of the video would be, how does she do this, and not have it on the thumbnail. Just
okay, ladies, I think we need to do collab on our next few videos.
all right. It's just a couple thoughts here.
Crystal Crystal, that's so funny.
But this is a repeated thing throughout here, where on your thumbnails you have verbiage that is hidden by the time. You have verbiage running off the thumbnails because they're just not sized properly. Now, here's the plus thing. Even if you are 100% in love with these thumbnails, you can download this thumbnail and you can resize it and re-upload it and make them better without hurting anything. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying to re-upload your video. You can change your thumbnail. You can change your titles. You can change or add informational cards or end screens. You can change the description. And you can change keywords on your videos at any time without penalty. You just can't change the videos. So I think you have the start here of something really good. I just think it needs a little bit of fine tuning. Let's jump back to the home page. We are on the magic home page. And you've not really added anything here yet. But here's what you can do. Add a few more containers on your home page. Feature some of these playlists individually. Don't take the easy way out. Don't use the YouTube My Creative Playlist. Feature individual playlists. Pick out the ones you think generate the most interest. And I'm surprised that you don't have a magic something here on as a playlist. But then put that up front here. So, nice job. I hope things we talked about here made sense to you.
No, that's going to be the most viewed video tonight on their channel. There's no doubt in my mind.
So, yeah, you can probably start a whole series of magic things here.
Magic Mike?
Don't know. Maybe maybe have on your banner here the magic stop. I don't know. So anyway, thank you for being here. Any questions, email us twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Love to talk further with you. All right, let's go spin that wheel again. No Dough Acres.
John.
No Dough Acres.
I'm telling you, Crystal, you came in at the right time.
No Dough Acres, 485 subscribers. They've got 59 videos out here. I really like your banner. Did a nice job on that banner. No Dough Acres, no dough, no problem, just grow, homesteading, gardening, DIY projects. 2 videos weekly. Nice job. It's going to display well across all devices. Okay. Got a trailer video here, 2 minutes long, 2 minutes, 3 seconds long. What is No Dough Acres? Great. Look at the description. I think you've been busy on this. All right, description reads as follows: no dough, no problem, just grow. Doing videos at least twice a week on DIY projects, urban homesteading, gardening, cast iron, the keto way of eating and enjoying life. Our homestead, No Dough Acres, was originally founded in Northern California in 1976 by my parents. My wife and I have continued to use the name for our family. We are now in eastern New Mexico. Wherever we go, No Dough Acres goes with us. Growing a small urban garden, trying to save money and feed our family better. We are trying to learn what we can and can't grow here in New Mexico, Zone 7A. We are in search of that perfect piece of property that we can call our own forever. Until then, we make do with what we have. Together with God, family, friends, nothing is impossible. Please subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss anything. We've only been making videos for less than a year, but are already looking forward to the future. Thank you for stopping by, Sean and Brittany. Nicely done. Email address is in the proper location, and you have a whole slew of links down here at the bottom. Unfortunately, you can only have the first 5 be displayed on your lower right-hand corner of your banner, but you have more than that down here at the bottom. Nicely done. Playlists. Look at these playlists. Okay. Gardening 2020, and I see the first one here says tomato. So this is a playlist you've just started. So we're going to look at that one first because you just did it. And you have a great description there. Good job. Check this one real quick. Another great description. All right. I'm getting tired of you. I can't pick on you. You're doing a fabulous. Let's see what we have here. All right. All right. Another little style thing going on here, where instead of a complete border, we have some corner borders, 2 corners on most of the videos. And again, these are done in various colors, but I don't think that the colors have any meaning other than it's just the color you happen to trigger on that day. I don't see anything here where different types of videos are getting different colors. And perhaps I'm missing something here. I know this is something that we've talked about. I see that you folks do it, and I can kind of understand why. Your live streams, you're using exactly the same thumbnail, and maybe, I mean, you've changed the date, and that could be enough. I will say that this thumbnail is bordering, in my opinion, on being a little bit too busy. I see you dropped something out of this last one here. It no longer says live subscriber. Oh, live subscriber giveaway. You had that on these last 2. Okay.
Yellow for live streams, reddish for other, and orange for giveaways.
Okay. So they are color coordinated. Hey, overall, this is simply wonderful. You've done a fabulous job. Fabulous job. You rearranged your entire page here. No Dough Acres most recent. So you've created your own upload container here where but by doing that, you get to put in verbiage here on your description. And again, it makes it yours. It shows you're caring about your channel, and your presentation is great. Fabulous. Done a great job. I can't pick on you, man. Fabulous. Great job. No Dough Acres. Everybody in here, you need to go check them out.
Name is my youngest. Oh, different. His is spelled correctly.
All right. No Dough Acres. Yeah, go check them out. They're doing a lot of things perfectly right here, and help them grow. Let's go grab another channel here. Let's find somebody I can pick on. All right, Autism in the Garden. Okay, did I misspell something? Autism in the Garden. I have it exactly as they have written, but it didn't pop up in the search. Let's further filter the search. I'm not finding it. Are you seeing them in the chat?
For Autism in the Garden Hicks family?
I don't know, because it doesn't
It's
say
Autism in the Garden Hicks family.
Hicks family.
They apparently didn't put the entire name of their channel.
Okay. Hicks family. H-I-C-K-S?
Hicks.
And then family.
Yes.
Still not coming up with anything. Let's filter it again. Channel. All right, here we go. Finally. So, please note on this. Your channel, although it has a very, very good, unique name, is very difficult to find. So if you are sharing your channel with somebody, you don't have access to a computer or something, kind of spell it out for them. Make sure that they know the name and know what to type in order to locate that channel. No, we're still going to go ahead and look at this. It's a relatively new channel. They got 70 subscribers. They have a very, very pretty rose banner up here, but it's another one of those blank billboards alongside the highway. No name. Jump back here in the About page, and we just have a single paragraph. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the garden. My name is Kichira. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I welcome you to my channel and my life. I have 2 children, both of which are artistic, as am I, and we shoot videos of day-to-day cooking, playing, gardening, and much more. I welcome you to sit back and enjoy. Comment with any questions. We love interacting with our fans. Email address is properly located, and I have a Facebook page and a GoFundMe for some reason. All right. I think you can expand on this. I think this is a great start, but I think you can expand on this. If you are in the chat, please, just wave your hand and say hi. See if you have any playlists. You do have a playlist, Learning to Draw. Let's go see if you have a description on that playlist. Nope, there's no description. And unfortunately, these are not your videos. So this is something we talked about earlier. If you have a playlist and it has somebody else's videos, that's an invitation for other people, for people to leave your channel to go elsewhere. So if you want to have a playlist for your reference, just make it private. And that way people like us and everybody else out here in the chat can't see it. Let's take a peek at your thumbnails. I'm going to tell you right now, I like your thumbnails. You've got the right idea here about getting some facial expressions, zooming in close, getting some funny expressions, some laughing, smiling. The whole top line here, the last 7 videos are all great as far as the thumbnail. This one, I'm guessing, was done with a phone. If you're going to use your phone to do a YouTube video, just hold it horizontally. That way it fills up the screen. Now, the rest of them on this line, personally, just not quite so pleased with. I don't know what this is. It would not draw me to it. This one is so dark I can't tell what it is. Another one is very dark. And this one is, I just can't tell. So, compared to these last ones, these are great. Here you got funny expressions, people laughing. Looks like you're surmising something here. Great smiles. Yeah, these last videos are absolutely fabulous. The thumbnails. Okay, let's jump back to your home page. You need to create a trailer video. Trailer video is an advertisement for your channel. 30 seconds to 3 minutes in length. You place it in the location that they've designated for you, and it will automatically play for anybody that's not subscribed to your channel when they land on your homepage. Pops up right here. So, have anybody seen them?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you for being here. Autism in the Garden. Any questions? Send us an email. I'll be more than happy to work with you on anything that you might like to do to improve that, to change it, to modify that banner and so forth. Very nice. Thank you for being here. Tambra Duggar or Duger?
I would say Duggar.
Tamra Duggar. Tambra Duggar.
Hey, Grizz.
Okay, Tambra Duggar, 148 subscribers, 18 videos, another newer channel, and nice looking garden. Is that yours, or did you steal that picture out of a magazine somewhere?
I like the garden.
Okay, absolutely fabulous picture. The problem is, it's got this rent me sign alongside the highway. Here's this beautiful billboard sitting out there, and absolutely no identification. Um, we're going to talk a little bit more about that once we go back to your about page. So let's do that. The about page, see your description, and it reads as follows. My name is Tambra Duggar.
That's her garden.
Okay, great. Oh, no, nervous. Excuse me. My name is Tambra Duggar. I am a 40-year-old wife and mother of 5. I live on the outskirts of a small town in Oklahoma with my husband of 16 years. I have 2 boys left at home that love to help me in the garden. My channel is about learning how I have learned to garden. I've been gardening now for around 7 years. My first year of gardening, I couldn't grow anything to save my life. My gardening experience started with one little squash plant that fed my family, and I was amazed that I grew that for my family to eat and had to learn more. Through the years, I have had a ton of failures. In those failures, I have learned so much. I bring you along with me through my day-to-day working for and in the garden. My garden has come a long way from digging a hole in the ground to building 6 raised beds to now expanding my garden to over 1,000 square foot of growing space and more. The truth is, I have no idea what I'm doing, so come along and let's learn together. And you have a post office box as a snail mail address. Email address is in the proper location. You have links to Facebook, Instagram, and also an Amazon wish list. Nice garden. Without taking away from this picture, you can certainly add your name on this and just bring this up to the next level with some nice text, something that jumps out. It appears after reading this and just reflecting back that your channel is primarily about growing in the garden, but we'll find out more once we get in here and start looking at it. Let's go look at some playlist. You have 2020 garden, 2019 garden, chickens and ducks on the homestead, so you have some livestock. Family fun and adventures, seed starting and growing plants. All right, so let's randomly open a couple of these. Oh, I love to see this. Look at the length of this description. Nicely done. Okay, so now let's just look at this smaller playlist. And again, great description. So plus side, is that snow? Does it snow in Oklahoma?
Is Pope Catholic?
Well, Oklahoma's pretty far south.
He is, right? I don't know. I'd be the last one to know.
Okay.
No, Nathan, I haven't. I will go watch it. Yes. No, February 5th.
Wow. Okay. Just kind of wanted to glance over your last 18 videos here, video thumbnails. And just kind of take this in.
got that right, Karen.
You have a couple here that I think you could enhance a little more within Photoshop or some sort of a photo editing application prior to uploading. This one is just a little dark. It's a little tough to see what's going on there. In reading the description, baby ducks and geese, garden sprinkling. Yeah, but I'm sure that a photo editing program could definitely bring that out a little more. If you were to zoom in just a little bit more on these, some of them are really good, really great. This one almost looks a little bit out of focus, and I'm a little surprised at that. Nice job, though.
This is a family-friendly channel. Please don't use that S word.
What?
No.
Oh. Okay, Tambra, I think you're doing a great job here. All right, let's jump back to your home page. You can get yourself a video trailer, 30 seconds to 3 minutes in length. Just a little quick intro type thing about you and what people can expect to find here on your channel. Especially if you can put together some clips of challenges you've maybe had.
What photo editing program do you recommend?
Well, my first question to you is, do you have a PC computer or do you have a MacBook? If you have a PC computer, my recommendation for photo editing is a free program called Paint.net, with the second choice being GIMP, G-I-M-P. If you have a MacBook, you just need to download GIMP, G-I-M-P, because Paint.net does not operate on a Apple operating system, but GIMP does. So they're free, totally free. And they will rival programs that you can't even buy.
Use a Dell laptop. What we have is Dell.
Okay, so I would say Paint.net would be my first choice. Second choice would be GIMP. Depending upon what other software programs you choose to engage into as far as editing for your videos and what have you. Sometimes there's other programs that can come as package deals, which make them very, very attractive to utilize. Of course, we talk about that more on Tuesday nights. Or anytime you have a question, feel free to email us at twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Tamara, on your front page here, I would create that trailer video, that intro video. I would add some of your playlists individually. Don't group them all together. Don't use that default container that says my created playlists. And then put those in here. You have outstanding descriptions available on your playlists that will all just jump right out. You can format it in different ways. You can use one horizontal, one vertical. Make them all horizontal, make them all vertical, but you can really build this page out and make it pop, make it look nice. So Tambra, I think you're doing a great job. How long have you been doing this? Okay, you've had the channel since 14. Sort by oldest. Okay, less than a year. And your first couple of videos were just done with a phone. So Do you feel that you kind of fall into the homesteading genre as well, or are you more just into the gardening? And I'm not sure that it matters for the small YouTube.
No.
There is a there's a Facebook group called small YouTube. It has homestead in it, doesn't it?
Homesteaders.
Small YouTube homesteaders, but you don't have to be a quote unquote homesteader to join it. But it is a group that is geared to help younger beginning channels. If you have over 1,500 subscribers, you cannot join it. Now, if you were a member of it prior to getting 1,500, you can stay there as long as you like, and continue to help smaller channels get started. It's a lot of fun, a lot of good people, a lot of places to get collaborations. It's a good way to spread your channel name and therefore make your channel grow. Tamara, thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate you. And if you have any questions, just give us, send us an email. Good job.
Oh, Dutch wanted you to make sure his name was on the. Sorry.
The Homestead, and I will check here in just a moment. Let me get this channel pulled up here first. The Homestead, 459 subscribers, 22 videos. Let's go look at the channel here. And very different looking banner. But, and I guess I'm curious. If anybody out there with a phone is looking, tell me how this banner looks on your phone. Obviously, you're going to be able to see what is in the center there, but I'm curious if it's actually big enough you can read it on a phone. And while everybody's doing that for me, I'm going to go check and see. And I apologize for the delay here, but it appears that our wheel has become unlinked from the spreadsheet, so I have to re-sign in over here.
Claire says the font is pretty small on her phone.
And yes, Dutch, your name is on the wheel. All right, so I'm back. I'm now back with you here. We have this other stuff out of here. Yeah, I have an idea that on your next version of the banner that you make, you might want to consider. I mean, if cutting it off square on the bottom and filling up the, making it larger to stand out here in the middle. I can read it fine, but I have an idea on a phone. It's a little bit trying, but it's very, very nice, neat, sharp, and unique. Got a trailer video here that's 37 seconds long. Let's go to the About page. Let's see what they have to say about themselves on the Homestead. Welcome to the Homestead. We are a small homestead just outside Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Another Okie.
Yeah, Oklahoma must be popular right now. From growing and raising our own food, from homegrown tomatoes to harvesting our own birds and honey, we do it all. We are excited to share our story of gardening, chickens, preservation, outdoor adventures, and just the fun living a life in the country. 5 years ago, William and I met, and we were living in the big city. We decided that it was not the life we wanted for ourselves or our future family. In a short time, we found a small homestead nestled in the outer limits of the city of Owasso. Our daughter Grace was born in 2018. She was born and had emergency heart surgery. Now strong as ever, our daughter now helps us with the chores and animals. We raise bees, chickens, ducks, turkeys, and grow a large garden. We cannot wait to share our journey with you. Okay, nice write-up. You might want to consider, make sure this is showing properly up here. Get this size a little bigger. 3 lines max is a great rule of thumb for doing a paragraph within a description. This bottom one here is a little much.
They're not showing up.
They're not showing up.
No.
Okay.
Okay, well, can you take care?
Okay, so if you were to divide this up, make a couple paragraphs out of it, I think that would help a lot.
Chris, I caught it right away.
The other thing on here is these are not hot spots. Those should be linked down below. And it looks like they are. So this is totally redundant. It's not a hotspot. It's not clickable. For anybody to utilize this, they're going to have to highlight it, copy it, paste it, go elsewhere. It's better used for some other purpose than what you have here. Playlist wise, you have a few. We're just
Kathy.
going to just glance very quickly here. And I don't see any description. Randomly open another one. No description. So you can certainly add descriptions to your playlists. Do a quick peek here at your thumbnails. Okay. The same thing as what we've talked about before. Make sure if you're going to put text on your thumbnails, make sure you can read it. If it fades into the background, it doesn't help. With one, I'm going to say one exception. If you're going to utilize this little Homestead logo type thing, and you're going to embed that into all of your thumbnails, well, that's fine, because people will pick up on that as being, well, that's just your logo. The problem is that you really can't read it. Even if I put the magnifying glass over it, you can maybe pick out Homestead, but you can't pick out any of the other verbiage on it. It's a very, very pretty logo, avatar, but it's not very practical. Over here, the green text just blends in, and it's cut off on the top. You have some others here where The timestamp is covering up some of the text, so you can't use the bottom right. But I think you're getting the idea. We've talked about this before. It's just some small changes you can make on here, and you can make those changes at any time. Great length on a trailer. And you have the uploads, and then you've used the create a playlist. I highly recommend doing your playlist individually. And I would take your subscription thing here and remove it. It's nobody else's business where you're subscribed to. So I would just remove this. It doesn't need to be here. So thank you for coming to Homestead, 460 subscribers.
Got time for one more.
Time for one more, you say? Well, we just did the Homestead.
Yep.
And we did Tambra.
Yep. We did that one too.
Juniper Farms. Hope I was saying that right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Juniper Farms. 615 subscribers. I got 41 videos. Their avatar is a bit different. It's a picture montage, 3 different pictures of family. They have a intro video here that's a little over 4 minutes long, so it's a touch on the long side. But if it stays interesting, if people are watching it all the way through, great job. And so let's jump back to the About page. Actually, let's talk about the billboard, the banner here for just a moment. By looking at the banner, I'm going to guess they're in Texas.
Sure looks like it.
Just a thought. It's a very unique banner. It almost looks like a youngster's printing on a piece of poster board. And there's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, it's obviously centered. It looks to me, and somebody will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the eye will even display on a phone. And when I say eye, I am talking about this eye right over here, because somewhere right in this vicinity,
Texas.
somewhere in that vicinity, it is cut off on a phone. So I'm guessing the eye maybe just makes it. So the About page description reads as follows. We are a small urban homestead growing closer to each other while growing closer to God. The prophet Isaiah speaks of a juniper growing in place of a thorn bush. The thing about juniper trees is that they have deep roots and thrive in rocky and desolate land. In this way, our family is similar to the juniper tree. Our hearts were broken so much that we could never heal. But out of what was desolate and unimaginable moment in our lives, we are healing. We are planting our roots deep and growing. Our small family of 5 humans will never be the same, but we are something new. We are Juniper Farms. Inside of a thorn bush, a juniper will grow. Okay. And your description, if one takes the time to read this, and surprisingly enough, a lot of people do come in and read descriptions. I think it's in my opinion, you don't have enough here. You've not satisfied the questions that are bound to be generated from reading this. The link to Texas I saw in your banner, there's no mention of it here. There's no mention in this description here as far as what people would expect to find here on your channel. Are you going to share about gardening? Are you going to share about, you have livestock? You have mentioned here our hearts were broken. Obviously, it looks like there was some sort of tragedy of some sort. I don't know. But this is what I mean by it forms questions, but there are no answers here. Now, if that's intent to get people to come in and look, well, that's fine, but I think you need more. I really think you need more. Let's see what you have in the way of playlists here, and you got a fair amount of them. And we're just going to open up a couple at random, see if you have descriptions, and there's no description here. So this would be, take your time, go through your playlist here and add descriptions, and we'll show you why here in a moment. Check on this one. This one has a description, so you know where it is. Although this is a bit short, but at least you have a description. Let's take a peek at some of your thumbnails. All right, there's the last 18. Okay. Let's just briefly talk about a couple of these. This one here, this bunny barn upgrade. You have this red line going through here with white text on it that I can't read without my magnifying glass. And so that's not because I'm just old. I mean, I would have to get down close and squint to see that. So this is another one where the text doesn't jump out. Second problem with the text is that's exactly the same thing as your title. So has it added anything? If text on the thumbnail doesn't add to the video, there's no point in having it there. In other words, what we're saying is it's pretty redundant to just repeat exactly the same thing. The text here is too small, plus it comes and hides behind the time. Name our bunny, and again, the text is hiding behind the time. Need your help, updates and more. That one you can see pretty well. Did they eat them? Brine shrimp. New addition to the farm, what is it? Secret plan. Be still, be still. Well, again, I'm sorry, it's kind of pointless here to have the video title be the same thing as what the verbiage is on the thumbnail. I would be cautious in using some of the collages as a thumbnail. I think you might generate, I guess what I'm saying is picking between a thumbnail like this one and one like this one would generate more interest. You're getting this up close, good facial expression. Here, it's too busy. It's just too busy. There's too many things going on. Okay. Well, let's go look at your front page. And it's really just in the default settings here. So you have enough content here. I would certainly add one or two or more of your playlists onto your front page here. Do not fall into the lazy choice of saying, my created playlist, that nice little default container that YouTube gives you. Do them individually. When you do that, the descriptions show up out here. And it just makes your entire front page present itself better to people coming in and looking at it. So Juniper Farms. Raise these animals. I would be very inclined to redo the description back here on the back, talk more about your farm, talk more about animals, what people's expecting to see on here. I don't know. But I'm kind of curious. I'm very interested in what your mindset is, and when you did that. Okay. Looks to me like you got some good, interesting content. Folks, check them out. Patriots level cheating. It's the same thing. Okay. Juniper Farms, thank you so much for being here. Quick word to all of our very, very special people in the chat here. Everybody that joined us today, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate all of you more than what you know. Very special thank you to all of our moderators. That's all of our people dressed in blue. And a very, very special thank you to all of our channel members, which are the ones dressed in green. Now, some of those channel moderators are also channel members, and like Big Dreams Homestead, and they're easy to tell because they have they have smudge behind their name. They're just Big Dreams Homestead. They're just wearing green undergarments, and they have smudge behind them. So thank you all very, very much for being here. If you'd like to be a member of Smudge's tribe, Smudge's Peoples, just hit the join button down there below. We'd love to have you. And take care of yourselves. Please don't go overboard here on the corona thing. It's not a new disease. It's been around a long time. For some reason right now, it's just becoming very, very It's the popular thing to do. It's shutting down the schools. It's killing the stock market. We could talk about this for a long, long time, but I don't want to go too far into it. So, everyone have a very nice week. Our plans are a little bit unsettled right now. For those of you that maybe do not know, the gathering was canceled next week due to this coronavirus. Danny and Wanda felt they had to cancel it because they were getting some flack from people in the town where they live, which is not a big town, and they're going, "Oh, geez, you're bringing all these strangers into this town."
Hell, we've been going for 3 years and haven't given it to anybody.
So, anyway, they
No, Grizz, because you didn't want to wear green undies.
So I don't know what we're going to do. Originally, we had not scheduled anybody for next Monday night because we were planning on packing stuff up to head to Mississippi. Since we're not heading to Mississippi, we don't know.
Nathan already offered.
Nathan has offered, huh? Okay, well we'll be doing something next Monday night. So stick around. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Don't get too caught up in all the political crap, and stay safe. Just be sensible. Anything else from you, hon?
Nope. Have a great weekend.
Again, special thanks to our mods. Extra special thanks to all of our channel members. Take care, everyone. Good night. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.